Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing as good as ever, and I'm here today with my dog, Athena, or we just call her Fina for short. She loves me. Today's topic that I wanted to talk about is probably a bit more serious than my other ones. Definitely more serious than my biscuit video. But it is about, as you know by the thumbnail, it's about the Spawn cult on Roblox. If you don't know what that is, and if you're watching this video just because you know me and you wanted to watch it, I'll explain what it is. For those of you who know, you know. But I didn't know what this cult was until I got a video about it on YouTube, but that was not the first time that I've heard about it. So one time on Roblox, I was just playing Roblox, and I was searching for weird games, and I was just typing all kinds of stuff in the search bar. I typed in cult because I wanted to find if there are cult games on Roblox. I don't know, just like scary horror games. I don't know what I was looking for. Just like I wanted to find niche games that had like 0 players on them, and I wanted to see what they are. I typed in cult, and there was a few, but one that caught my mind was the Spawn cult. And the Spawn is like this little square that's like your little platform that you appear on, and it has this little symbol on it that's like it's a sun symbol. And apparently there was a cult dedicated to it, and I decided to check out what it was. And it turned out to be a lot deeper than I thought. So I can't remember what those Roblox games were called, but I visited a few, and there were some churches, like these cult buildings kind of, as just like gathering places. And in the description or the title, somewhere of one of the games, I saw that it said something like, I don't personally support the Spawn cult or whatever, but they just made that map for some reason. And I was like, so is that like an actual thing? Is the Spawn cult an actual cult that people join? And for a bit I forgot about it, but a couple of days later I found this video by this one YouTuber. I'll link his channel in the description. When you hear Roblox, you don't think of anything terrible. You know, it's a kid's game. How bad can it be? It's pretty bad. From what I saw, the allegations and the evidence, I don't know how real any of it is, but I'll just suppose that it's real because a lot of it is very terrible. I'm not gonna go over like everything that went on, but there were just like terrible things. Since Roblox is played by kids, the people that are gonna be finding that group and joining it are gonna be kids. So that was just a cult with a bunch of kids in it, which is so weird. Like when you think cult, you think of like crazy white people that are like, I don't know, doing bad things. Usually it's hurting people, like Heaven's Gate. And if you don't know about Heaven's Gate, a lot of people they ended their lives. In the Spawn cult, I'm not going to be stating anything that I'm not 100% sure about, but people have hurt themselves. I know that for a fact. And I don't know how bad it has gotten, but I know there's been some terrible things. And most of it was caused, I'm pretty sure it was one person who called himself the leader of Spawn, basically. And he was contacting little kids and young teenagers on Discord and telling them to do really bad things. Yeah, this person was telling teenagers and kids to harm themselves and do bad things to themselves in order to please the Spawn gods that will later come to take them away. And in order for them to find them, they need to receive some kind of offering, which involved person hurting themselves. And it's terrible to think about because this is kind of recent, and to think that this is going on right now with all like cybersecurity measures and everything that we didn't have in the past, when I wasn't alive, for example, yet there's still so much bad stuff out there that kids can easily access. If you don't know the origins of the Spawn cult, how it came to exist in the first place, there was a game that was created with a cult inside of the game. It was the Spawn cult, and it wasn't shown in a good light. It was obviously anti-cult, and there was a character, pretty sure his name was Two Time, that was like investigating and trying to do something about it, but someone thought it was a great idea to make it a real thing and promote it as something that is good or morally correct. It's not even a cult, it's I mean, it is a cult because, well, it's awful, and it follows some fake being that is telling people to hurt themselves. And the creator of the original game, their intentions, I'm sure, weren't bad, but what came after that is truly terrible. And I guess this is kind of a PSA to tell any adults watching, or any kids, of course, also, to be safe out there and not listen to anybody who is telling you to do these bad things, no matter how convincing they sound. A good person will never tell you to do bad things to yourself. Good and bad water do not come from the same spring. Olives and figs can't grow from one tree. It's from the Bible, as I am Christian. From a Christian standpoint too. Well, obviously from any standpoint, this is terrible, but from a Christian point especially, it's painful to talk about it, but we have to in order to keep people safe. Again, just gotta say, if you are a kid and you like to play Roblox or just any games, just be careful no matter where it is on the internet. Social media, we all know it's not safe whatsoever. Games too, just anything on the internet, on your digital devices. Be wary of everything that is going on there, and just be safe. Don't be afraid to tell your parents about if something's happening like that. And parents too, of course, don't be helicopter parents. Don't monitor like every single step that your child takes. Give them some freedom, but also make sure that your kids are safe. Or not your kids, just anyone in your life that is young that you know might be prone to such manipulation. Look for signs and be careful out there, everybody. I will link in the description. There are people who have talked more in depth about this. I will link that channel that I found. I will link that in the description so you can go ahead and watch that. If I warn you that it's very dark. It's sad, but that is it. That's all I wanted to say, really. The word for today is going to be vicious. It is an adjective, and it means deliberately cruel or violent. The internet is a vicious place, so make sure you are safe. You know, I am here to try and help this place to be safe. So I'm giving this warning. Be very, very aware of what you're doing on the internet. With that being said, I hope you have a good day. Ever Bearkins, over and out.